Hi and welcome to this live review of the Arpara 5K plus SteamVR Tracker. Is this the cheap alternative to the Varjo Aero or the Reverb G2 that you've been waiting for? We're going to find out in this review. So absolutely stay tuned, watch the whole live stream because all of this goodness is coming up. Hi and welcome back to MRTV. My name is Sebastian Ank, and if you are excited about VR and AR, then absolutely subscribe to this channel because, well, I'm bringing you all the latest reviews and everything is completely independent. So yeah, do subscribe to this channel and click on the bell button. All right, so this is a new format. This is a live review. We're going to find out everything that I found out about the Arpara 5K and the SteamVR Tracker. Before we go into it, first of all, a very important disclaimer. I got this Arpara 5K and the SteamVR Tracker from Arpara. Other than that, I have no affiliation with the company whatsoever. This is completely independent. I can say whatever I want to say, and I will say whatever I need to say. Also very important, this is not an endorsement of the Arpara Kickstarter. Even though they do embed my videos into their Kickstarter, that does not mean that I endorse that Kickstarter. Very important. And in general, be careful about Kickstarters, because for Kickstarters, you only back the project. You're not ordering something. So in the worst case, you put in your money and you will never see a product. So before backing to Kickstarter, you have to understand this. Also, unfortunately, we do not know this company yet, so be careful. Also, I have no affiliate links whatsoever. Even though the company asked me if I wanted to go for an affiliate deal, I said no. And the reason again is because this is a Kickstarter. I don't know the company. We don't know, will they deliver the products in time or not? So therefore, I made the decision not to go for any affiliate links. And this is a very important disclaimer. All right, now with this out of the way, let's simply look at the hardware. Let's check out the hardware and find out about all the pros and cons. So first of all, what is this? Where can you back this? Let's have a look at the Kickstarter, because right now a Kickstarter is live where you can back this. But not only this, there's also another headset actually. It's like two headsets, and you should be aware of the differences and what I am reviewing here in this video, in this live review. Hello there, by the way, all the people who are watching this live right now. All right, so let's have a look. This is the Kickstarter. Arpara, world's first 5K micro OLED all-in-one VR headset. And actually, there are two headsets. If you back this, here are the two headsets. There's an all-in-one and there is a tethered one. And here in this review, I am checking out the tethered one with the SteamVR Tracker. So if you back this project, let me show you that right now. Then you can see here different kinds of tiers. And here is the super early bird Arpara Basic for $429. Do not back this one, because that is actually this headset without the SteamVR Tracker, and then it's basically useless. So again, very important, do not back the Arpara Basic. And I see that only 7 people backed it. For those 7 people, go and do not back this. Go out of this and back something else. The next one for $559, that is actually the one that I'm reviewing here. This is for 6DoF PCVR. And well, this is the Arpara 5K tethered headset, the DisplayPort cable 1.4, and the Arpara Tracker. And let me show you that. This is the Arpara Tracker. Yes. So with this, actually this headset becomes a lighthouse tracked headset. Very, very important. So if you want to back it, then this is it for $559. This is exactly the headset that I'm reviewing in this live review. Then there is the all-in-one headset, the standalone version. This version, I don't have it here at the MRTV headquarters yet, but of course I will have it. So once I have it, I will also review it for you so that you know, should you back it or not? Or is the hardware actually worth backing? Okay, good. Please, by the way, share the stream. This is actually live. So hello, Colin. Hello, Ben Whitlock. Hello, Viking. Great to see you all here. Now, let's talk about what this headset actually offers. So, and for this, let's change into another view. Let's change into the overhead view. Yes, everything is possible here in this live review. Okay, so this is the SteamVR Tracker. And, well, the main interesting part about this headset probably are the panels and the lenses. So we're looking at micro OLED displays. We're looking at 2 micro OLED displays with a resolution of 2544 by 2544. So very good and high resolution, higher than that of the Reverb G2, which has 2K by 2K, and a bit lower than that of the Varjo Aero, which has 2800 by 2700. And just to give you an understanding about how many pixels actually are rendered, at the full resolution, at 100% SteamVR super sampling, actually 3800 by 3800 pixels are rendered, so very high. But you only get 70 Hertz refresh at that highest resolution. Then at a lower resolution, at 1920 by 1920, actually 90 Hertz are possible. And actually at 100% SteamVR super sampling, still 2800 by 2800 pixels are rendered. So very high render resolution. Then, as you can tell, the lenses, they look super small, right? As compared to other headsets that you've seen before. But actually, this still works. This still works really well. And these are Pancake lenses. And Pancake lenses are going to be, well, very present in future VR headsets. Also, for example, in Project Cambria, the new Meta headset that's going to come out next year is also going to have Pancake lenses. And these lenses are clear, as you can tell, right? So there are no concentric rings like in the Fresnel lenses. And what's also interesting here with those Pancake lenses, you have a diopter adjustment. So if you are a glasses wearer like me, you can actually set the diopter here for each of the lenses individually, and then you don't need to wear your glasses, and that is pretty neat. And it goes from from 1 to -5 as far as the diopter is concerned. So this is pretty cool. Then what else do we have? Well, we do have IPD adjustment here. So you can set this. And well, that is actually better than for the Quest, where you only have like 3 positions. Here, as you can tell, you have many positions, and that for sure is pretty nice. Then let's have a look at this part here. So there is one loudspeaker, only one loudspeaker here. So you do not have stereo sound, which is not really great. But then if you want to get better audio, here is a 3.5 millimeters headphone jack where you can simply plug in your headphones. Yeah, then we do have some buttons here where you can set the volume, for example, and the mode that this is operating in. All right. So, as I mentioned before, this together with the SteamVR module here is a SteamVR headset. Very important. You will need base stations and you will need a SteamVR controller. Other than that, the cable, this is a tethered headset, and let me just show you the cable. It is 3.5 meters long. In my opinion, this is not really long enough. And at the end, you will get a display port and you get 2 USB connectors, and one of them is just for power, right? So you don't need any other power cable or so. That is it. So 3.5 millimeters, not really great, but you can extend it. But then it's a bit complicated, lots of more cables. So it is possible to extend this, and I think Arpara also wants to make it possible for you to extend it, but you will have like lots of cables if you want to extend it. Display port 1.4 needed, and yeah, 3.5 meters, not really long. Yeah. So I believe that now you know the basics of this. And again, this is a SteamVR headset. It's going to cost you $559 in that Kickstarter tier that I just showed you. But then you will still need the SteamVR, the Valve base stations, and you will also need controllers, like for example the Valve Index controllers or the Vive wands. So really important. You must understand that with this $559 tier on Kickstarter, you only get this. You still need base stations and controllers, and if you don't have them, they are going to set you back at least $600. So overall, you're getting over $1,000 if you need to go for the complete package. All right. I believe that these are all the basic features that you need to know, all the basic infos. Now you know what we're actually talking about. And now let's get into the review. And let's start with the build quality and the comfort of the Arpara 5K here with that SteamVR Tracker. So let's start with the build quality. Well, I must say I recently got this SteamVR Tracker. And when I saw it, when I unboxed it or unbacked it, actually I was surprised because this module here, it looks very decent. And for the build quality of this module, I would say it's really good. However, for the rest, like the headset itself, I wouldn't say so. Actually, the build quality, it cannot compete with something like the Reverb G2 or the Varjo Aero or the Valve Index at all. So it's not terrible. It's not like super bad or something like that, but it just feels not as high quality as those headsets that we know. So I don't know, like for example, the face padding. It looks a bit flimsy, you know. It just like it doesn't look like very high quality to me. So it is okay, but like definitely I wouldn't say that this has great build quality. It's just okay, right? And the same also here for the head strap. It's all like not so thick, and yeah, I would say I would call it probably a bit flimsy. So still all right, but not comparable to Valve Index, Aero, Quest 2, and so on and so forth. So that's that. Now let's talk about comfort. So let me change this again. So how about the comfort when you put this on? Let me put this on. So first of all, you don't need your glasses. That is good because you've already set your diopter here, right? With the Pancake lenses. That is good. That is good. So let me put this on. This is how it looks when I put this on. And okay, in the first moment, it is okay-ish. But I must tell you, when you wear this for a longer period of time, I don't know, half an hour, 1 hour, or longer, then it's so uncomfortable. It's actually like, it's terrible. And the problem is that, oops, this part here is just like very small. So you can feel this going into your flesh. So in terms of comfort, this is not really good. And yeah, my patrons know this, right? I have like played quite long with this. And after all these sessions, I had like a really like dark red, yeah, how would I call this even? I don't know. I had some big problem here, right? Some mark. I would call it like a big mark. It's gone now, and I'm very happy about this. But this is not a comfortable headset like this. So the good thing is, it seems like Arpara has also already found out that this is not really good. And let me just check it out. Let me just check out their Kickstarter again. Okay, no. Now I have, unfortunately, now I have to find it again. Wait a moment. Arpara. Yeah, this is a live review. Okay, here it is again. And it seems like they already have found out themselves that this is not very comfortable. So they are going to provide another face pad, and it's here. So this is the one that I'm using right now. Super uncomfortable, really not nice. Cannot recommend it at all. But they are going to have like an upgraded mask. And here, this looks way more comfortable. So we can just hope, but I can just tell you right now, like this is not very comfortable. Yeah, so in terms of weight, the headset itself, without the tracker, without the SteamVR Tracker, is probably like around 250 grams or something like this. But then the tracker is another like 130 grams. So we're getting to like around 400 grams. And then together with the cable tugging on you, so you're getting over 400 grams. I would say like probably like 450 grams altogether as I have it here right now. So yeah, that is not bad, but we absolutely need another face padding. So that's for comfort. Probably could be a comfortable headset, but right now as it is like here, no. Right. Okay, so that's it for build quality and comfort. Let's go to the next section of this review. And now we're talking about the visuals. What can these micro OLED panels do with it? Yeah, with that very nice resolution of 2544 by 2544 pixels per eye. Micro OLED. Is that comparable to the Varjo Aero, which is like $2,500? So $2,000 more expensive than this. Can this compete? How does this compete against the Reverb G2 or the Quest 2? That is the question that I'm going to answer now in this live review. So let me show you some through the lens footage that I showed you on my channel before. And here we go. What you're seeing here right now, what you're looking at is through the lens footage of the Arpara with Half-Life Alyx. This is filmed through the lenses here. And I can tell you, when I first looked through this, I was really absolutely blown away. It looks so good. It looks really good. And what you're looking at here right now is even not the highest resolution. This is the second highest resolution that you're looking at right here now. This is like 1920 by 1920 pixels per eye, what you're looking at right now, and it already looks stunning, really good. And check out the blacks here. I mean, this is through the lens, right? And the blacks are really black. This is the beauty of OLED. This is the beauty of OLED. This is so good because, well, black is simply no light, right? So with the LCD panels that we're looking at for most of the other headsets, Quest 2, Valve Index, G2, for all those LCD panels, we always have this backlight. And see, it's really through the lens of the Arpara, here still with the Oled tracking, which was terrible, but good that we now have the SteamVR Tracker. Yeah, so for the LCD panels, we always have this backlight. And the backlight makes the blacks actually like gray. So for other headsets, we have grays for the blacks. But here, the blacks are really black. And it's beautiful. It is absolutely beautiful. And as you can tell here, yeah, it's really nice. It's really nice to see these colors, and playing Half-Life Alyx with this is fun. It's really, really fun. And again, what you're looking at here is even not the highest resolution. So does this look better in terms of resolution than the Reverb G2? The answer is yes. At least in dark scenes. We're going to talk about the brightness later. Now, we're first looking at these kind of dark scenes, and we look at the scenes where the OLED display actually shines. Or even not shines, because it's OLED, because we're looking at blacks. So it looks really, really good. Let me show you some other games that I played that looked really, really cool. So that was Half-Life Alyx, absolutely amazing. I also tried the Microsoft Flight Simulator, and I have recently showed you this video. So all these videos, first my Patreon saw them, right? So if you still want to support this channel, and if you want to get all this information earlier than anybody else, join the MRTV Patreon at mrtvelite.com. It's really worth it. So how did Microsoft Flight Simulator run here? Yeah, good. I'm playing this on a 3080. And I was using the maximum resolution here simply because I wanted to see all the details. I simply wanted to see all the details that this can show. And I can tell you, this looks fantastic. Like, I can see so many details, right? I can see into the distance. I see all the small houses. It's great, and the colors are beautiful in this kind of night setting when it gets dark, and night flights as well. Fantastic. Absolutely gorgeous. Better than in other headsets when we're talking about these night scenes. OLED is simply great, and I personally had never seen OLED colors with this kind of resolution. Like, yes, we had OLED headsets before, right? Like the original HTC Vive and the Rift. But then we always had this pen-tile displays. You could see the pixels. It was a pain in the butt. Yeah, but here now, to have this kind of OLED colors with this super high resolution, there's no screen door effect at all, and you can see all the details. It is friggin' beautiful. It is really, really good. And yeah, it's fun. These night scenes were absolutely incredible. Seeing the sun go down, I was excited. And you've probably seen this video. If not, watch it here on my channel because I have already opened this up to the public, not only to patrons. And seeing the sun go down here, amazing. So for these scenes, it is really good. You don't quite have the super high resolution like on the Aero. So on the Aero, you will even see a bit more details. But in terms of the colors, in terms of the dark colors, the blacks, this is better than the Aero. I must say it out loud here, even though the Aero is so much more expensive. Yeah, what else is good? What else is good in the Arpara? Elite Dangerous. Elite Dangerous and other space games where everything is dark outside are fantastic. Really good. Right? So, yeah, the space is absolutely dark, like real black. And the things that are not black, like here, for example, the orange stuff that you can see here, it looks beautiful. Really, no problems at all. For people who love Elite Dangerous and who are really like bored about grays, about like, the LCD grays, which should be black, they will enjoy it. They will enjoy it a lot. And not only Elite Dangerous, where now you can read all the text perfectly well because you have this kind of high resolution and you see all the colors beautifully which pop up. Yes, for Elite Dangerous and also other space games, like for example Lone Echo, like Revive worked perfect on this. Like, wow, I love to play Lone Echo on this. It looked so beautiful, really great, because whenever you look out of the windows, everything is dark, right? Also in this space station, it is kind of dark. So great, really a great way to enjoy games that happen in space. So that was really good. So friends of Elite Dangerous, I think you will enjoy this if you are not happy with the blacks of LCD panels, real OLED blacks. Another thing that worked really well is watching movies. Watching movies like, for example, in big screen. And again, it is because of the OLED blacks and the high resolutions. This kind of combination is fantastic. So I was watching some 3D movie trailers here in big screen. And it is a fantastic movie watching experience that you can get here with the Arpara. Again, the headset is really great for these dark scenes where everything is kind of dark around you. Then you look at the screen and the colors on the screen, very beautiful OLED colors. Can absolutely recommend the movie watching experience. And it's better than in most other headsets, honestly speaking, right? So if I would compare this with watching it on the Quest 2, for example, this is way better, right? Also better than watching this in the G2 because you have this real blacks around you. Nice, really nice. Yep, so these are the use cases that really worked well in the Arpara. Now, unfortunately, we have to come to the downside of the Arpara. The big drawback, the big disadvantage, the big flaw, I would call it, of the Arpara 5K. And that is the panel is really not bright in bright scenes. Actually, it's kind of darkish, I would say. And compared to all my VR headsets that I have, and I kind of have them all, this is the darkest panel of all of them. So, how does it look like then? Well, for example, like if you use Microsoft Flight Simulator and you fly in daylight, on a sunshiny day, it will still look good. Don't get me wrong, but it looks like you're wearing sunglasses all the time. And you cannot get rid of the sunglasses. And yes, I do have the Arpara at full brightness. Yeah. So no need to ask me, hey, Sebastian, do you know there's like brightness? Yes, I know there's these brightness buttons and it is on full power. But still, it looks like you're wearing shades. You're wearing sunglasses. Same with playing, for example, Project Cars 2, like playing sim racers. Also, resolution really good. You can see far into the distance, further than with other headsets because of the high resolution, right? Again, 2500 by 2500 as compared to, for example, 2 by 2K like the G2. So you see like lots of details, but if you are on a normal day race, it looks like you're wearing sunglasses within the headset. So in the A/B comparison against the G2, for example, even it has a low resolution, G2 any day. Any day. Compared to the Aero, no comparison at all. It's like so much brighter. So this is really not bright. And I'm telling you, this is probably something for people who are scared about like hurting their eyes because the other headsets are so bright. Yeah. If you have sensitive eyes, for example, yeah, probably this is your headset. But honestly, in all the bright games, whenever you're outside, for example, if you're playing Medal of Honor in the snow level, you know, I was so used to it being so bright, yeah, like the snow reflecting the sun. And here, yeah, it is kind of, you're wearing sunglasses. And in direct comparison, Quest 2, G2, Aero, they just look better. They just look really, really better. This display is not bright enough. Period. Really. So this is unfortunately the big flaw. And for many people, actually, this might be a showstopper. Let me say it so clear, right? Like, yeah, it's just not bright. It's just not bright enough. But again, if you're like in a space game, if you're on a night flight, if you are in a game that is inside and it's not so bright in general, right? Then it's great. Then it's good enough. And also the other colors, they will look bright enough. It just seems like in these scenarios, when you are outside and it should be like a bright, sunshiny day, yeah, then it's like very, very obvious. Yep. That's important to know. That is absolutely important to understand what you're getting in here. So again, panel is, in my book, not bright enough. Okay, so what are we going to talk about now? Let me put on my glasses here. This, by the way, is indeed a live review. So, hello, Brian Hacking. Hello, Broken Thief. Hello, Lars. Great that you're all here. And we are going to do a Q&A after I'm finished with this review. So keep your questions. I am going to answer your questions after I'm finished here with the live review. So we talked about the panels. Now let's talk about the lenses. Let's talk about the lenses and let's go back to this here, this overhead kind of view. Yeah, so we're looking at Pancake Lenses. And as I said, Pancake Lenses will be very big in the very near future. More and more headsets are going to have it. Probably the Project Cambria from Meta as well. And yeah, in general, those Pancake Lenses are nice. So even though they look really small, right? They look like, can this actually work? And I can tell you, yes, this works. And it works really nice. So they are nice, good lenses. They are clear lenses, as you can tell. So no Fresnel stuff, no concentric rings going on, which is really good. How about sweet spot? Yes, good sweet spot. These kinds of lenses are nice for these kind of things. So you have a good sweet spot. You don't have to find the sweet spot. So you put them on and you're in them. And also for the edge-to-edge clarity, really good, better than Fresnel lenses. Yeah, so you can look around also just by moving your eyes. No need to move the whole headset. This is really good. Compared to the aspheric lenses of the Aero, though, I would still say that you have like more clarity in those aspheric lenses as compared to these Pancake lenses here. But in general, these are good lenses and I like them. And again, I really like that you can change the diopter here and that you don't have to wear your glasses when you set the diopter correctly to your eyes. But also, I must say, there is not so much space anymore for glasses, right? So if you are a glasses wearer and it's not enough for you to set the diopter, well, you might run into a problem here, right? And you might have to wear contact lenses. But in general, like for me, for example, this year worked really, really nicely with the diopter. And I hope that more companies would go for this thing. So in general, I can tell you, like, yes, good lenses, probably better than Fresnel lenses, not still as good as the aspheric lenses. But yeah, also, therefore, for these lenses, we don't have problems with distortions, right? So no barrel distortions, no warping around the edges. So that is a pro. So good lenses overall. Does this have glare? I was asked. And unfortunately, I must tell you, there is some glare. There is some glare. It is not as bad as Valve Index or other or Quest 2, so better than Quest 2, but there is some glare. So it's not as good as the aspheric lenses of the Aero, but honestly, in games you don't see it. If it's not for this super crazy scenes where you have white text on black background, then you will see some, but overall, better than Fresnel lenses. So overall, I would say that in general, I'm happy with the lenses. And, well, not as good as aspheric lenses of the Aero, but you don't have any kind of distortions, no warping around the edges, no barrel distortions. Yes, so in general, thumbs up for the lenses. Yeah, and thanks Propeller 3D for the super chat. How bright compared to 50% of Pimax? So, you know, normally I put the Pimax at 100%, right, for the backlight. Yeah, but so 50%, I can only right now imagine it. So I cannot imagine it now without really trying it A/B. Yeah, but compared to 100% of Pimax, this is worse. So this is really, as I told you, like compared to all my headset, this is the not brightest that I've ever seen. Okay, let's talk about the FOV. Let's talk about the FOV. And actually today I measured the FOV. So let's have a quick look at my measurement at the FOV test that I did. And here we go. So I measured it here. This is now the vertical measurement. And at the end, I got to 86 vertically, and horizontally I got to 88. And very important disclaimer, this is true for my eyes. You might have other results. So how does it compare against the Quest 2? I also did a measurement of the Quest 2 directly after that, and horizontally for the Quest 2, I got to 92 degrees, and vertically I got to 88 degrees. But Also really important to tell you about this horizontal. Actually, I also saw quite a bit of 90 degrees. So 88 is very conservative. Actually, this could also be 90, right? Because I did see something there as well. So how does it compare to the Quest 2? Very comparable to Quest 2, a bit less for my eyes than the Quest 2. But when I was wearing it, I didn't think like, oh, this is smaller than Quest 2. No, I felt like it's around the same. And probably for some of you, it's even going to be a bit more than the Quest 2 because you can set your IPD exactly to your eyes, right? For the Quest 2, you only have these 3 positions. And here you can exactly set it. So I believe you're going to have like a very, very similar experience in terms of FOV like the Quest 2. So there's no real issues here. You're not going to wear it and think like, oh my goodness, this is terrible. You will feel all right. You will feel all right. Helmut, thank you for the $5. Why did I oversample so much for the Microsoft Flight Simulator video? Well, I just set it to 100% super sampling. Like that is built into this headset. So companies would like render more in order to make up for the lens distortion, right? So all of them, they have their own lens distortion profile, and normally at 100% super sampling, it is kind of the right render. But I could also go back, and probably I will do that in the future, go for less sampling and see how well it does. But normally, those 100% super sampling, they will render more pixels in order to pre-distort the picture and in order to also have some buffer around it for the movements so that they don't have to render the next frame. Yeah, anyways, lots of things go into this. So that is a valid thing, that it's kind of oversampled by itself. Hopefully that did answer your question. All right, so that is all right. So the FOV is all right. Now, let's talk about audio. Oh no, before we get to audio, so in general, I would say that the visual quality is really good if it wasn't for the brightness. So if you are a fan of horror games, if you are a fan of night flights, if you are a fan of Elite Dangerous and everything that's in the dark, you're kind of in for a treat. If you also like games that are bright, that are outside, if you like day flights or day races or Medal of Honor, then you will feel like, oh, it is not so dark. It's quite dark, right? I'm wearing sunglasses within the headset. And then this is only for the people who would like to go easy on their eyes. I think this kind of like summarizes it very well. All right, now let's go to audio. Let's go to audio and let me show you again that speaker. Here it is. Here is the speaker. It's a mono speaker and it's not good. It's just not good, right? It's okay, you can hear something, but honestly speaking, it is not good. You don't. It's like not comparable at all. I mean, not comparable at all to the likes of the G2 or the Valve Index, where you have this fantastic headphones, right? So yes, there is a 3.5 millimeters headphone jack, so you can use your own headphones. But well, yeah, you could do that. But in terms of audio, no. This is not really nice. This is not really nice. Okay, so audio, not great. So how about the microphone? Let's check that out together, because I did make a video where I am checking out the microphone. And let's check this out together. And I'm going to play it now. Right, here we are. Let me check if you can hear me. Yes. Oh, wow, I'm so excited now. Hope the microphone is not terrible. Let me just, okay. And here we are. Here we are in, wow, okay. Oh, actual tracking. Wow, that is so good to see. Oh, yes. Okay. Yeah, I couldn't do all these things with the nodal tracking. And by the way, I really hope that you can hear me too. So yeah, the very. Okay, I believe that you heard the microphone, and better than every single HTC microphone out there. I think it's safe to say that. So, yep, the microphone actually is not bad and absolutely usable if you want to do multiplayer. I also played like after the fall with other people. They could hear me well. And yeah, better microphone than in the Vive Pro 2. So that is pretty decent, I would say. So in terms of microphone, this is all right. Yeah, definitely not as good as the Valve Index. You know, Valve Index definitely has the best microphone, but better than the HTC Vive Pro 2, for example. Yep, so that's it for audio. Now, let's talk about performance and compatibility. So performance. How well did this do on my RTX 3080? And with which GPUs is it compatible? First of all, really, really important disclaimer. If you own an AMD GPU, this is not going to work. So do not back them on Kickstarter if you're using an AMD GPU. This is only compatible with NVIDIA GPUs. And I was using it here with my RTX 3080. So very, very important disclaimer. You cannot use this with AMD GPUs. Right, super important. Then, so how well did it work with my RTX 3080? Could I actually run this at this 2500 by 2500 resolution? And I can tell you, yes. Actually, it worked really well because, well, even though it's actually rendering 3800 by 3800 at 100% SteamVR super sampling, you only get 70 FPS, right? Maximum. So that kind of worked. It really worked well. I could get the full 70 FPS for lots of my games. Obviously not all, right? Obviously not with the Microsoft Flight Simulator and DCS and so on and so forth. But in general, I could run this well with a 3080. And if you own a 3090 or so, no problem at all. But probably even with 3070, you could get some good gaming experience in dark scenes out of this. So this actually was not too much of an issue. And then, did I play at maximum resolution all the time? Actually, no. Actually, for the 70 FPS, after longer sessions, I got a bit tired. My eyes got a bit tired because I'm already used to 90 FPS. So I set this back to 1920 by 1920 pixels per eye, and at 100% super sampling, actually 2800 by 2800 pixels are rendered. And This worked great with 90 FPS. And for me, for my eyes, that was way more relaxing, and I also didn't have any problems with performance. So if you are running, for example, if you own a G2, and if you can run it well, then you will not have a problem with the Arpara 5K and the SteamVR Tracker. Not at all. Worked really, really well. However, I still have to tell you some things about compatibility. So this is not so polished. The experience is not so polished. While I could play most of the games without a problem, from time to time, with some games, I did get like an error message where it said like, oh, you didn't set your headset to full screen mode, error 202, please do that. And then probably I had to find the game and I had to click it so it would come to the foreground, and then perhaps it will work or perhaps not. So it was kind of a try and error, and I don't have these problems with any other of my headsets. Not with a G2, not with a Pro 2, not with a Pimax headsets, with no headset, really. So it simply still doesn't feel so polished. Also, the way how you would use this headset, right? So first you have to find, here's like a mode selector where you can choose the mode. And well, you have to choose a certain kind of a resolution here, first by clicking onto this button. And when you found the right mode, then you have to choose it as a second screen on your Windows PC. So this is actually like being recognized by your computer as a second screen. So in the Windows settings, in the screen settings, you first have to find the right resolution and the right hertz, the right refresh rate in the settings, and that's just then it will work. So if you want to change it, you also have to change it in the Windows settings. So yeah, this is just not comfortable, you know? This is just like, it just feels like a prototype, like a proof of concept. It does work, it really works, but you have to do these kind of things. And yeah, and sometimes a game would give you this error message. Yeah, like, oh, it's not at full screen, and then you click and try something, then perhaps it will work or perhaps not. It's just not like so polished. Feels like a proof of concept that does work, but it's not there. It's nothing compared to the Valve Index, the G2, or the Aero. Not at all. And I think that's really important for you to know before you back it. Yep. All right. And I think with having talked about performance and compatibility, now it's time for the conclusion. The conclusion. Should you back the Arpara 5K plus the SteamVR Tracker? All right, let's talk about it. So this headset has some pros. It has a high resolution. It has a micro OLED display with beautiful real blacks. And it does have some kind of applications. For some people, this might be great. This might be great for the VR enthusiast who already has everything. You already have SteamVR Lighthouse stations. You have Valve Index controllers. You have the Valve Index. You have the Reverb G2. You have the Quest 2. And now you want a headset that can give you great black values for dark games, for Phasmophobia, for horror games, for night flights, for Elite Dangerous. You want to play Lone Echo like you've never seen it before in terms of black values. This can do it. Yes. For this use case, it's great. If it had a better face mask, right? If it had a better face mask, that's really important. And also, if it wasn't so complicated and more polished in terms of compatibility with all games. For this use case, it is a consideration. For other people who think, hey, for $600, I can get a micro OLED headset that can play all games like you've never seen them before, this is not your headset. For daylight games, if you play in daylight, as in the games it's daylight, right? Like you're flying at daytime, if you play Medal of Honor, if you play Project Cars 2 in the daytime, in the sim, it is too dark. The panel is just too dark. Again, this is the darkest panel that I've ever seen in a VR headset compared to all of my headsets. And this is really in those scenes where you are outside, it is daylight, then you will see it. It will feel like you are wearing like sunglasses within the headset. And you cannot take off the sunglasses. You always wear the sunglasses. And yes, I do have it at full brightness. I do have the headset at full brightness. So this is really important to understand. If this is your only headset out there, no, really. Like in A/B comparison with the G2 in SteamVR, in home, in Microsoft Flight Simulator, in other games, the G2 looks so much better. Really no comparison because of the brightness. Compared to the Aero looks so much better. There's no comparison for games that are bright, right? And well, if you only want to play dark games, all right, this might be an option. But if you also play other games where you want nice bright colors, where it's bright, this is not your headset. This is not your headset. Let me make it 100% clear. Even the Oculus Go at minimum brightness is brighter than this. And even the Quest 2 at minimum brightness is still much brighter than this. It's like wearing sunglasses, really. It's not good. You don't want it for those bright scenes. If you want to play dark scenes, yes, this is great. And better than the G2 and better than the Aero because it's real blacks. And again, all those use cases that I've mentioned before, if that's your only use case, then yes. Or if you have everything and you want this for your dark games, go for it. Because they will look good. But this is not a headset that will give you this overall amazing experiences for all the games. And I think that is really important to understand. Yep. And that is my conclusion. That is my conclusion. And again, I must tell you, this is a Kickstarter. I cannot endorse the Kickstarter, even they have put my videos there. I cannot endorse it because I do not know the company. I don't know them. Are they trustworthy? Yes or not? I don't know, right? Will they really be able to deliver everything until March, as they say, even though we have this chip shortage? I don't know. And that's why I cannot endorse it. And you have to think twice when backing it. Because again, if you back a Kickstarter, it means you're supporting a project. You're not buying a product. So if it never arrives to your doorstep, there's nothing you can do. Also, if you get it and you don't like it, I don't know how the company will deal with sending back the headset. Will you get back your money? I don't know. That's why I said no to an affiliate deal with Arpara. Even they asked me if I wanted to do an affiliate deal because I cannot guarantee for how they run their business. And that is why you should absolutely subscribe to MRTV, because here, this is the place where you get unbiased and completely independent reviews of XR hardware, where I'm not sponsored by anyone, not by HP, especially not by Meta, not by Pimax, not by Arpara, not by anyone. The only people that I have to report to are you. And that is what MRTV is all about. And if you enjoyed this live review of the Arpara 5K plus SteamVR, then give this a thumbs up and share this with everyone you know, especially with the people who have already backed the Arpara and who really want to get an in-depth review that this here is. Thumbs up and absolutely subscribe to this. And if you want to support me, if you want to support unbiased and independent reviews, then become a member of the MRTV Elite at mrtvelite.com. Let me write it now. Let me write it now into the stream. You will get all of my reviews. You will get all of my reviews earlier there. Like everything that I said, I already told the MRTV Elite. You will get everything directly there. Right now, it still only costs $1, but I can tell you already, I'm going to raise the prices soon because actually I think this is way more worth than $1. So if you still want to get in now for $1, you can do that for a couple of more days, but I can tell you I will raise the prices for the MRTV Elite soon because I believe that this kind of service that I offer is more worth than $1. All right. That's it for this review. Now, I'm still not finished with you. We can still do now a question and answer. Probably I forgot something. Probably I did forget something. Like, oh, I just saw it. Like, what about the issue about the brown shift issue? Exactly. I totally forgot this now, right? But I will also tell you why I forgot about this. So if you look down with the headset, if you move your headset down, but then look up with your eyes, right? So you're looking at the very top of the lens, to the very top of the display. The color will shift a bit to brown, like some brownish shift. The same thing if you look up with your head and with your eyes look down. So now you're looking through the very bottom part of the lenses. And at the very bottom part of the display, there's also going to be that color shift towards brownish. And yeah, I don't know what this is, honestly speaking. If it's because of the lenses or is it because of the panel? So there is some color shift. And that is not nice, right? But why didn't I mention this in this review? It did not affect me, honestly speaking. It did not affect me in my day-to-day using of this headset. Because how often do you look up and then with your eyes look down? Yeah, I know as a reviewer, as a VR reviewer, I want to tell you this. And I did tell you this in the other video, and I'm telling you this now. And I will put the timestamp here so people can click to it and see this. So there is this issue. I don't know if it's for all the Arparas or if it's only this. Probably it's on all. So there is this kind of brownish shift, color changing. If you look down and then with your eyes look up, or if you look up and with your eyes look down. So if you look through the very edges of the Pancake lens. But in general, you don't do that. What exactly is stopping the headset from working with AMD cards. I cannot give you the technical details now. Some drivers that are not supported, some technologies that are not supported, it simply doesn't work. Okay, wait, let me put the chat there so I can more easily read it. Yes. And now let me also show you the chat. So now we can see ourselves, and let me make this bigger. Okay. How is the 90 Hertz and 120 Hertz mode? 120 Hertz mode actually not really existent. Or you have to go down with your resolution to, I think, 1080 by 1080. But then you cannot enjoy the high resolution. So in my opinion, Arpara should not advertise 120 Hertz. Absolutely no. Should not advertise 120 Hertz. And I don't like it. And I really hope that instead of like embedding my other videos, like where I just check one thing, they should embed this video. This is the full review. And I also saw that they're using my videos for Facebook advertisement. And they say like MRTV's review. But this was just the unboxing and the very first impressions, not even checking out actual VR, right? So, dear Arpara, if you're watching this, don't do that. Embed this video. This would be full transparency if you would embed this video into your Kickstarter. Thank you. And please share this video with everyone you know who has backed the Kickstarter. Okay, somebody was asking if I would review the standalone headset. Sure. So Arpara said that they are going to send me the all-in-one, and of course I will review the headset just as I reviewed this headset. I will give you everything, the full truth about the all-in-one, so stay tuned to MRTV. If you've not yet subscribed to this channel is honestly speaking very, very good. Okay. Do you have any more questions? Is the Aero going to use the mini LED dimming in the future? Well, I believe so, but I don't know. I cannot tell you. Is the brightness a micro OLED problem? I think it's a problem of this particular headset, right? There's going to be brighter micro OLED headsets in the future. So I am only going to answer questions that I have not yet answered in this review, because I do see some that I've already answered. Okay. There is a mic and it's pretty okay. Watch this review again. Am I still going to CES? Yes, I am going to CES. I really hope that the situation can stay like this, because right now I'm still allowed to fly, right? But, you know, the disease is not getting better, but worse right now in Europe and the States. I really hope that I will be able to fly. How does the Steam tracking mount? Well, it is like there's this spring. Is it called spring? Right, so yeah, it's okay. It works. It does work, so that's pretty nice. I will be going to CES. Yes. I will be going to CES. Absolutely. To the United States of America. I'm looking forward to come over. Black smear question, no. No. This is way better than other OLED headsets. I could not see black smear. Thank you, XRDev, for becoming a member. Thank you so much. You will enjoy it. So I couldn't see black smear. Really a big advantage over the older OLED headsets, right? Like, for example, the Samsung Odyssey had black smearing, the Vive had black smearing, the Rift had some black smearing, not this one. Did it play VR videos good? It did. It did. Have I tried to work with VR companies to develop and design your own VR headset? I really want to do that in the future. I absolutely want to do this in the future. So if you are a VR headset company and you want to work together with me to build the ultimate headset, I'm here. How is the binocular overlap? Yes, the binocular overlap actually is really good. It is absolutely good, I must say. Absolutely. Yep, it has great binocular overlap, better than many other headsets. How is the Steam module on its own? This part I don't know. This one I don't know. Someone on the Discord had to enter the wrong diopter on the Arpara. Actually, for me it worked well. So I'm like between 1 and 2 minus, right? I set it up and it worked. However, I mean, the good thing is you can just find out by yourself, right? If it works, find the best settings. So there was no problem at all. Okay, some people are talking about the Reverb G2 V2, and I can just tell you the Reverb G2 version 2 is fantastic. The value for money that you get for the Reverb G2 is amazing. It looks so good. The picture is so clear, very close to the Aero, actually. Honestly speaking, very close to the Varjo Aero. And everything for, what is it, $600? Better audio than the Aero. Fantastic, really. The Reverb G2 is an amazing headset, and the V2, the version 2, even made it better. Thank you so much, wow, Molokan, for $50. Wow, thank you so much. So cool, I should do more live reviews, right? So I can get some support like this one. This is incredible. Thank you so much, Molokan, for $50. Wow, this really makes a difference for me. More adult beverage for me. You're right. So, yeah, if you're looking for a great all-round headset, right, in this kind of price range, and you don't have to buy base stations and controllers, go for the Reverb G2. They have fixed so many problems again, right? With the new cable, you will not have the problem that your AMD mainboard will have a problem. You will just connect it. Also, with the gasket, they've changed the gasket. So now you won't have the problem with the sweet spot, that it's too small, too small for you, the sweet spot, or that you have a bad edge-to-edge clarity. No. You get so close to the headset now with the new G2. So yeah, the G2 is an amazing headset. So if you don't have the money for the Varjo Aero, but you want to get very close to this kind of beautiful, clear picture quality, go for the G2. All right. Do you have any more questions? Do you have any more questions for me here? Do let me know if you like live reviews by giving this a thumbs up, by the way. And again, join the MRTV Elite at mrtvelite.com. mrtvelite.com if you want to support this channel, if you think, wow, I love this unbiased reviews. Those completely independent reviews, which are not in any way sponsored by Arpara, HP, Pimax, HTC, and especially not Meta. Of course not, right? Then support this by joining the MRTV Elite, my Patreon channel. Get everything more and earlier. Directly get in touch with me. Right now, still $1, but I can tell you I am going to raise the price very soon because this is really more worth than $1, right? So if you want to join now with still $1 and be grandfathered in, you can do that. But like, wow, if you really want to support it, go for $5. I think that is absolutely worth it. Yeah. Do share this video. Do share this live review to anyone who's interested in the Arpara. And I think that now, you really understand more about the Arpara 5K. I believe that now you really understand, should you back it, yes or no? And I will give you the same review, the same rundown, the same honest, unbiased, and independent review of the Arpara all-in-one as well, of the standalone headset, as soon as I get it. Okay. I believe that's it. 1 hour and 20 minutes for this live review. We still don't have enough thumbs up, so give this a thumbs up right now if you're watching this. If you have not yet subscribed to MRTV, do this now. This is your resource for completely independent, unbiased, and honest reviews of XR hardware. Become a member of the MRTV Elite. Now you can do so, mrtvelite.com. Going to raise the prices really soon. So now is your chance to still join for $1. But I would encourage you to go for at least $5 because I believe that this is absolutely worth it. And now, that's it. My season break is going very well so far. I'm working more than before. So it feels. And I don't think that we're going to see each other before Christmas. So I want to wish you a wonderful Christmas time with your family, with your loved ones. Please stay healthy. And if we don't see each other before the new year, then also I wish you a happy new year. And I'm really glad that we're here together, that you enjoy my stuff. Go crazy in the comment section for the algorithm. But I'm telling you, these kind of long videos, they don't do very well on YouTube, right? Normally the 10-minute videos will only work. So in order to give this honest and unbiased review more visibility, you have to take that link and share it with everyone that you know. All right? I'll be happy about this. But now, Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year. Happy to have this amazing community and looking forward to see you in the next episode. Until then, bye-bye. Go crazy in the comments.